Hey everyone, welcome back to Transport Fever 2, welcome back to Errors. This is our new beautiful red train pulling into the new station of Smallfield. This is the inaugural run and it's already got 70 passengers on it, so I think we can say that this is an immediate success. I'm really liking how this end of the map has fleshed out, this southern end. We can now scroll out a bit. Today we're going to be focusing more on the southern end, and then hopefully, I think my plan is at the end of this episode will be a download episode. So if you want to jump down to the description, there'll be a link to a Steam save game, and you'll be able to get it at the end of this episode. So yeah, have fun with that. There is one error when you load the file to do with a missing texture, and it is caused by this runway mod, and I actually can show you why it is an issue. If I depaint this area, you can see how some grass turns up. That's the texture that is missing, but otherwise the save game is pretty good, and you can just paint over that to get back what we want. So yeah, have fun with that, and definitely tell us in the comments whether you've got the save game and whether you're enjoying it. All right, what are we going to be doing? So last time we talked about this little dock here, and the idea was that it came out across and went across to this island for a little town, and that's what we're going to be doing. So let's jump straight into it and plop a town down, and then we can work out what the next steps are using the advanced town builder mod here. And this is just going to be a little 50-person town that's going to be servicing a small industry we're going to put on here, and I'm going to put it down this corner. Oh, that came out really nicely. I actually like how that turned out. And to keep things simple, let's just bring the boat across here, and I'm just going to do this simple beautiful Ingo dock again. So I think the first thing I should do is just get the dock down so we know what the height and all that stuff is. So under Ingo, these small port things, and particularly there is this nice one for hotels, and let's put it, I was hoping to get a little bit more into this cove, but I don't think it's going to let me. Yeah, I think we might have to go over here, and I'm just making it so the end of that area there, that decking is at ground level. I think that looks pretty good. All right, let's get a road in. I think we can use a pretty small road here since it's down at the dock. Okay, you're going to be weird. I think we may have to do something like that attached to it, and then we'll have to delete that first bit and go from there. Yeah, I think that works. And then let's just make this neat and tidy. Come on. I was hoping for a nice curvy end. There we go. That's all right. That can go a bit lefty right. And then we'll curl along here. Curl along here. And voila, we have a little lap, and we're going to need a drop-off point. Am I okay with that kink? I think it's fine. And we'll just do a little drop-off point, and people can come down to the boat, and then let's give this town some decent size. So what I might do is come up and around. So we'll do some more road building, and just make this town a little bit bigger. And I'm sorry, person, but I know you just built your house, but that needs to go into there. And it looks like the locals are quite happy about having a bus stop around there. So we put one. Where do we put one? So yeah, around there, and we'll put one in the middle of town, I guess. And we want to go that way, so we'll go there. All right, new line, and we'll go from here. Do we need one over here? I think we do actually. Let's put one over there, and then we'll go that way, that way, that way, and down there. And I have decided, even though this says Thirsk, this is going to be the town of Driftwood. And let's give that one a nice green color. Why not? All right, Thirsk, I'm going to rename you to Driftwood. And then I think, do I want to finish that off? Nah, I think that's right. All right. My plan is to obviously do the passenger stuff, but also put an industry on here. But I don't want the industry to come out through the town. I want that to be like a separate thing. So this will just be passengers, day tripping, doing a bit of tourism. And then over here, probably that spot there, we'll put an industry. But yeah, let's get some passengers moving first. So we want a new line. And we'll go from here to here. So this is going to be, what did I call it? I called it a Driftwood. And over here is Baysmith Port rather than Annex. Capital P. Knock in the microphone a little bit. And it's not happy, I think, because of that little area there. So let's have a look at the navigable water. Yeah, it needs to be on the grid. So I think what I'm going to do is we'll go full strength. And I'm going to drag that out. And does that make it happy? Yep, that's all we need. And then hopefully I can soften that. Oops, that's not, well, that's one way of doing it, I guess. Yeah, okay, that's right. And what's the line look like? Yeah, it's nice and wide, it won't hit each other. Let's give it a lovely color of light blue since it's out in the ocean. And now, Baysmith to London, not to London, to Lonestone. It's going to be London the whole time, everybody knows it. Train has come. How are you going for finances, buddy? Ooh, not good. All right, you know what? If you're going to be like that, I'm going to get rid of these expensive... How full were you? Yeah, you were belly full. I'm going to get rid of these expensive front and back ones. And hopefully that will make it a little bit more profitable. All right, we have a line. We might as well start some movement. I assume from a destination point of view, nobody has it yet because there's no way of doing it. But as soon as I put a boat on that line, it should light up. So we'll go passenger small. And I have a fair few mods installed. And particularly these small little ones look fantastic. More garden ones. This is from some lake somewhere. I'm thinking... So that one's got 10, 9, 9, 40,006, 40,006, 45. Let's keep the price down. We'll go one of these two. Just different design, I think. We'll go for the latest one. We'll buy one of those. And we'll put that on our new line, which needs a name. And that's going to be our first boat line. So I suppose what we're going to do is call this the boat. Yeah, boat something, because I called it air something and something like that. And we're in Baysmith and Driftwood. I'm going to hold that Driftwood in copy paste because we're going to need it more, I think. And there we have it. So that's there. So in theory, if we click on Driftwood, it should say from a destination. So there you go, Baysmith. One person wants to go over there to do some shopping. And eventually what will happen is it will realize that the network's available to it and things like Lonestone. Okay, there it is. Lonestone will become a favorite. And we put in a bus system last time. This one across the bottom that goes across to Smallfield. So in theory, that could also be one of the other ones that lights up pretty fast because there's an easy connection. But we'll let that happen. Let's have a look at our little boat that we got. It looks like it's very cute, very Swiss inspired. I don't know if it's the right height boat for the open ocean, but let's assume that this is a massive lake instead, shall we? But that looks cool. And it means we don't have to use one of those big paddle steamers, which is, they're a bit OTT sometimes. So yeah, we'll let that bed in and see how that goes. It's not, it's not rocketing along. It's quite slow. Let's get a bus system going. So I assume the coverage in here is okay, but it's not great. And so this bus system needs a bus on it. So let's, since there's no other way of getting things across here, let's put down a depot. Depots. I need to get more depot mods. And I'm going to put it out here. Actually, I might extend this road first a little bit more. Then I'm going to put that out here, and I'm actually going to put down a tram. You go, what are you doing, Donut? You will see. I have a plan. I have a plan for this episode. So let's find some dirt road. You know what? Let's go a little bit more highway-ish. Let's go a little bit more modern. And my plan is to join this network over to a port over there. So I'm just going to go along. I don't think there's too many hills or anything to worry about here. Saying that, there's a bit of a hill there. Yeah, let's go like this. I don't particularly care if it's straight or anything. And we'll go up and over. That's kind of cute. And we'll go down towards the port. And then let's get a port in here. So the ones that come with the game for cargo is this one. And it's just, it's okay, but it's just huge. And yeah, I would rather like have just like the ship docking area only. Yeah, just more like the wharf area. So I think we do have this one, and I think boat jetty. Yeah, so Ingo makes this. Oh, it doesn't like the water height. Let's just accept it for what it is. I'm going to put it down wherever it wants to be, and then we'll bring the land towards it. And then they're real ones, and then if I go this one on the right hand side, it just gives me extra assets. And so I don't think I need to come out of the water. Straight might be good. So if I hold down C, it should just be the same height, and it should just not dock, but it should be correct. Yeah, should those, I want to say piers, but it's not really a pier, is it? Wharf, is that the right word for it? Yeah, so I think that looks okay. And then we do have these corners, which I can use to kind of finish it off. Now I'm deliberately keeping it on this axis, so that way I don't have to worry about rotation too much. All right, let me try that last one again, because that was a little bit off. And wrong keystroke. Hold down C so it doesn't go up and down. And there we go. All right, let's get some height situation fixed. So can I click on that bit? I can click on that bit. All right, that's the reference height. And I think I'm okay with that. And we smooth that off. It looks okay. We've kind of lost our port, but oh well, so be it. Let's get a nice big unloading area going. I don't think I'm going to get to the point with this episode of making like a buildings and stuff, but I do want to get to the point where it's actually being used. And let's go along the front. It's weird how it does that. All right, so let's use, we need something to unload. So let's use our favorite building, this one. I'm going to say narrow ground, invisible, probably invisible. None, none, none. And if I turn it this way, there's no tendrils, but I can turn on footpaths and it should, yep, it should kick in. And so that way these trucks that are going to come over, actually it's going to be a tram, that's why I had the thing. Let's go, it was narrow, yep. Let's bring those trams over nice and tidy. We are driving on the right hand side of the road like the American European, so that it will come in that way, which is fine. And which means we can use one-way roads for this last bit. So let's come up here. And then we'll have two-way road across here. Hopefully I got that. You know what? I should have made that a little bit longer. And then let's get over here somehow. And I think from that point, give me 45 degrees. 45 degrees, there it goes. And then we'll scoot into here. There we go. That's what I wanted. So what we did miss was some tracks. So tracks, 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 and so we did get a nice, a nice curve into there. It's a little bit abrupt for my liking, but that should be okay. And then I'll go through there, and let's continue with the wondification. And that's not what I wanted. I wanted, what do I want? I want to fix that. Tools, track. That's what I want. And we don't need catenary because this is going to be like a steam-based type thing. All right. The plan, I've done all that kind of secretively. The plan is to make this a logging industry. So we're going to go from here, and we're going to go and give the paper mill more paper, even though it's completely overwhelmed. Because currently we are only supplying it with 100, but it is a 200 level thing. So 100 plus 100 would make 200. And so I want to kind of max this out at 200. So we need another person. And so the plan is to use this point right here, and we'll put in another boat, and then it's kind of like the boat episode, isn't it? So we'll go from there around here, drop off here, and there's no way this is in range for that to do automatic delivery. And also I don't like spawning based delivery, so we'll put it on a little truck and join the other one coming in. So this time I'm just going to use an OG one because it's out in the ocean, and I'm going to put it kind of there. Why not? And then I actually got that pretty good. Much like before, what I might do is put down one of these things, and we'll flip it around. Wrong button. And a lot of shift M and N action happening here. Narrow, not a tram. And it will be high capacity because it's going to receive things. I'm going to make it gravel, and we'll put that right there. I think I might change the out to 0 degrees, so that way you can join. And we'll make it a little bit longer since that's the length of the thing. That works all right. And actually we actually will give it town. Is that highway? I don't know if there's the word highway or something. Country? That's right. Country. That's what I want. And then from an end point of view, we'll use a one-way road. And I think we can branch off pretty close to where it needs to be. I might go backwards. And then we'll flip it around. And then voila, there's an in and out. So it comes in on the right because it's American European, comes across and then leaves. And yeah, that works pretty well. We'll smoothify that to make it nice and tidy, and we'll just double check that we have access. We do. So yeah, that worked out pretty well. This place is called the Baysmith Paper Mill, so we'll call this the Baysmith Paper Mill Port. And this thing also can be the Baysmith Paper Mill Port. The depot and the boat can have the same name. And we can make a new line from here over to here, and it joins the other one. Let's give it a color so it's a bit more unique around here. Let's go with a nice pink. And what is this line called? This is called the Baysmith Logging Camp. Okay, and so this one can be called the Baysmith Port Transfer, I guess. Yeah, that's a half decent name. And managed vehicles, is it grey? It is grey, which means it doesn't have any default local depot, but there's one right here. And just to get things started, I'm just going to put one on it. Let's go this one. And then that will start the desire. And we also need a boat line, so we're going to go new line from over here to here, Driftwood Port. Yep, that all works fine. Let's give it a nice dark blue color. And this is going to be called, do we have boat cargo? We do. So boat cargo, and this is going to be Driftwood logs. Nice. All right. so let's find our guy and we'll get a boat on here. So this is going to be logs, small. I think I'm going to go cheap and we'll start with 1 because I don't know what the rate is for this. We'll get with the desire kicked in. As it is, we've been doing all of this without a industry even defined yet. So that's not good. All right, let's dive out into the forest with a road. I'm just going to use, we'll use this this highway stuff, and let's put it, where do I want my logging industry? Over here or down here? I think I'm going to go over here. It's kind of out of the way. So we're going to go off into the forest, and yeah, let's say it's around the back of this hill. So we'll go around this way, around here. And now we need to make a drop-off point. I think what we did before was pretty good design, so I think I might actually copy that. This one, I'm going to make it, the ground can be gravel, I guess. Yeah, the ground can be gravel. And it's not invisible. It is going to be country vanilla. Yeah, I might change my mind on that. And one-way road. Now I've forgotten to put track on all this, but that's all right. We can work that out. We'll go about there and curve in there. Get our wandificator out and turn track on there. And I think, yep, that's all the way around. And I think that's pretty good. We didn't configure this correctly. We need to turn on trams. So that's that done. And yeah, we need to have fun with some detailing around here. We'll get to that in a sec. Let's get some stuff moving. So we're going to be moving logs. So we have our lovely Ivans. We could do electricity. Now, they are faster though. Yeah, but then you have to put catenary on the track. All right, I'm going to buy the 6-way one first. This is our very first is this our first tram? Yeah, I think it is. And actually, we haven't made the line. Well, the UI gives us a new line option, so let's use it. Let's go from here to this. And so this is going to be Driftwood logging camp again. And we're going to be going across to Driftwood logging port, I guess. And let's give this a nice orange color. And it is happy, aren't you? You are happy? Yep. And then this is going to be tram cargo. Yeah, tram cargo, Driftwood logs. There we go. So I can hear an Ivan. There you are. Hey there, fella. How you going? So we only took, 13 episodes? We got a Ivan into the game finally. Yeah, this is definitely a good point in the save game's progress to have a download available on Steam. So yeah, I will definitely get that organized. There's a lot of mods. A lot. There's like 250 now. It takes my big machine over nearly 8-10 minutes to load the save game. That's with M.2 drives and everything it could ever want. So yeah, that's a big deal. So yeah, if you've got a small machine, I have no idea how it will respond. All right, manage the line. First thing we need to do is tell all these people, hey, do not go anywhere without some material. Same thing with this one. Hey, please do not leave without material. And same thing goes at this end. Please don't leave without material. All right, so they're all on there. From a rate point of view, what I want to do is deliver 100. So this one's delivering 100, and I want to make another 100, and then that means that, where is it? This guy. So 100 plus 100 will come out as 100 and 100. So yeah, I want to make a industry over here that's worth 200, and we'll shove that in here. So we're going to use the freestyle industry mod. 100 logs. We'll have, you know what? I'm actually going to give it 50 workers, and it's going to be an output. And then we actually may bring the bus over here because some of those workers, people should want to come over here and work. I'm going to dump that right about there. I think that's pretty good. Smooth that out. Smooth that out. Oh, I did not like that. All right. If it didn't like that, let's fix that. We might as well. We can put it anywhere we want, so there's no point pointing it somewhere people don't like it. Actually, you know what? Over here, because it's inside the cargo thing, people may not be able to get to it from a bus point of view. So let's put it out here. Yeah, let's put it out there. And so that is Driftwood logs. What should we call it? Logging camp? Yeah, logging camp. Driftwood logging camp. I can't remember what we called the other one. And so that's going to be 100. And then, are you in range? You are? Yeah, lit up. All right, so in theory, this guy is going to say, if I press play, this should have some usage. Please be usage. Don't make me a liar. There it goes. There is some usage. So yeah, you go around the loop. That's really good. And as you're doing that, let's have some fun with some detailing. I'm going to put a little bit more dirt around here because it's been a bit busy, and we're going to smoothify this a bit, or actually levelify it a bit, and make it look a little bit better. And then the big thing that is wrong right now is this trees. We need more trees. So let's bring down the strength, but bring up the brush size. And we'll bump up the tree count on this island. It's for some reason has lost its heritage status and no longer is free from logging, or maybe it's sustainable logging or something. Maybe they're clearing it for the industry that they're about to invest in. So my plan is to put the oil industry down this end of the map, and so maybe this whole thing is about to become a massive oil refinery and needs to be logged. Maybe that's the story. So yeah, while this is sitting here, let's give this the same asset we gave the LMG or the other camps. We want to give it the Rico. And we want this active one. Let's go for yellow. Yeah, let's go for yellow. It's going to be logs, variant B, whatever that means. And I think, is it this way? I think it's like this. So I think this needs to be there. Let's have a look. Am I too far back? Yeah, I'm way too far back. It needs to be there, I think. No, it's too far forward. 7th time lucky. Still too much. Did I get rid of the wrong one then? I think I may have. And there we have it. I think that looks pretty good. And the ground level needs to be fixed. Yeah, perfect. And then assets, where are you, Ingo? I'm pretty sure you've got some logs. I can see them there on the picture. Wood pile. Hey, Open Games, if you're in Transport Fever 3, can you please make sure that the buttons, when you click them, actually click? Sometimes you click them and nothing happens. Yeah, I think that looks okay. And we'll just pull out the terrain on this side as well. And I think we need a couple more trees. Whoops, wrong one, not delete. We want the other way. There we go. We'll hide them a bit more in the forest. And there we have it. So, in theory, yep, 27. And what's your rates? Your rate is going to be 88. So let's do managed vehicles. I'm going to replace them with a 4, and then I'm going to dupe it. So that gives us, 117, and it's 100. So that one worked out. From the boat point of view, where are you? Are you my boat? No, that's not my boat. You are running at 45. I suppose we'll just dupe that and accept it for what it is. That's kind of annoying. That to get up to the next one, up to 100 might be, yeah, kind of a problem. You've got nothing on you, so you can go back. And then from this guy's point of view, you are, whoops, that's not what I want. You are running at 55. Okay, that's cool. That's easy to double. If you double that, we get up to 100. So yeah, the boat is the problem right now. It's set at 89. I don't think there's much we can do to improve that unless we choose a different boat. So we were using this at 25 and 70, 22 and 70. So that's not going to help. That's actually going to be 32 and 130. So maybe we could change it for one of those. Yeah, okay, let's do that. And yeah, 106. Perfect. Perfect. If you didn't see that, it was up here. 106. So we're going to have one of these. So where are you? You are out there in the world. Looks like this is more passenger-esque. See how there's all the seats? I don't think this is meant to be used for cargo. It is cargo, right? I chose that one. It has logs. Okay, it does have logs on it. It just doesn't seem to be the most appropriate design for this, but yeah, I suppose that's what it is. How's this guy going? Have you got anybody on you? No. Is there anybody waiting? Yes, 4 people. Nice. Are you making money? No, but yeah, things are new. So from a town point of view, destinations. All right, this is building up. Look at that. 48 is trying to go over to here, which is this one. There's a bug. I've noticed this. See how it says freestyle industries? The name that gets created is the name that destinations always has. So even though I renamed this when this is this, this doesn't update, which is kind of annoying. So 50 people want to go to work and nobody's doing it. So 0% of people are using our bus. So we can fix that. So what I'm going to do is you can see the people walking to work. There it is. Let's give these people some bus route. I think, how am I going to do this? I kind of want the bus to come in and out. And so I think what we can do is maybe do this. Is it too tight? Maybe what I should do is the other way first. So let me maybe go like this. Yeah, okay, that's better. And like, come on, let me do it. Let me do it. And come on, you want to do it. There it goes. There it goes. That's precisely what I wanted. That worked out really well. And then we'll put that on there. And so from a lines point of view, if we grab the town one, I think we can just come out here. So after St. John's Road, please come out to here and drop people off to work. The direction's wrong. We may be able to fix that by doing... Oh, it's a one-way road. So press pause, delete that. And then on the road, right-click it. Change the direction. Oh, I crashed the game. Oh, I just pressed pause. I thought the game crashed. It just stopped. That was weird. That was weird. Oh, wow. And I don't have autosave turned on because it's really annoying from a viewer's point of view, so I have it turned off. So yeah, I'm quite glad that wasn't actually a critical event. I was kind of hoping for some other station that might be cooler than that. Like, it looks more industrial. Replace existing. Yeah, let's just go with that one. A little bit more concrete-y. I can see, I can understand why now it was complaining because the level's a bit off. Yeah, that's a bit better. And so it's just called London. Yeah, so this one's called London Road, and we'll call this the logging. Spell it right. Logging camp. I have not had a crash in memory. I can't remember the last time I had a crash. So I'm so confident in the game these days that I'm more than happy not to have autosave turned on. So we get a much better experience watching the game. If you're a YouTuber and making this content for this game, turn autosaves off. Seriously, it's really annoying. Or at least if it happens, edit it out. Stop being lazy. All right, find it and just stop talking. Let it save. Continue talking. It's not like the graphics move forward or anything. Yeah, it's so annoying. All right, so I think that's pretty successful. So these people aren't taking it because once people have a journey, they do the journey. They won't change what their minds are. But what will happen is these guys will... Oh, you know why it's not happening? There's no vehicles. There's no vehicles. I'm an idiot. So that's why I put 2 down. 1 for the tram and 1 for the thing. Passenger. Let's go with... You know what? This is kind of cute and small. I only got a capacity of 4. You know what? OG game. Okay, OG game. Yeah, let's go for this bad boy. This bad boy can go on the passenger in Driftwood. And now these people will go, oh, phew, now I don't have to walk to work out into the forest anymore. But yeah, that's actually come out pretty good. I like it. I like it. So because we changed to a 4, we've messed up the graphics. So let me press pause. And we'll do that again. Rico, this one with sound. It should all be configured correctly. And it's just a matter of putting it like that. Yep, like that. And then it should be, I believe, about there. And then we just need to delete that one. And finish it off by putting down some Ingo wood piles. I think we're at the end of the episode, people. I enjoyed this. It's fun to get this new island up and running. And yeah, I'm looking forward to what's next. And yeah, definitely hearing what you guys think about the download or the save game, yeah, if you happen to do that. And yeah, if you find anything wrong, particularly like if there's anything that you found that there's an egregious error in what we're doing, you know, I've missed something or something, yeah, please tell me. I would love to know and get that fixed. All right, so it didn't have tram tracks. Yes. What? The other way around. There we go. So yeah, that looks better. That looks way better. It had 2 tracks on it before. Cool. Right, let's see if this guy comes in, gets all lined up, and we'll say goodbye. Don't forget to press subscribe. Don't forget to press like. And yeah, we'll see you next time as we continue walking across this lovely map. Thanks so much for watching, everybody.